The key would have to be the turnovers, the 2 interceptions by Burgess Owens.
Two, and the one was really a big one. The second interception really didn't mean much, but the one gave the Jets a touchdown. I think look at the time of possession. There's a 5-minute difference. The New York Jets had the football.
First downs are reasonably close. Rushing offense, the Jets a little more. Passing offense, the Browns a little more. Total offense to the New York Jets side. Sipe completing 6 of 13, and Robinson completing 8 of 14. But as you pointed out, Lenny, he simply is not throwing the ball that well, and they do have Richard Todd. Will we see him in the fourth quarter if it's still close?
There's a possibility, but Walt Michaels is the type of individual that when he names a quarterback, he goes with that quarterback until something indicates that he should get him out.
Number 89 is Keith Wright for the Cleveland Browns. Number 83 is Ricky Feature. And Pat Leahy will be kicking off to start the second half. It is Cleveland 10 and the New York Jets 10 at halftime.
I was just going to say, Charlie, with all those stats, they were so close to indicate maybe it's a close ball game.
And I wonder if we look 30 minutes of action away, we're looking at an overtime possibility.
They played one last year.
Last time they met, they certainly did. 5-yard line is Keith Wright. 20, 25, 30. Near the 50-yard line on the return. Tim Maresco finally stopped him. Cleveland's ball at their own 49-yard line.
I tell you, I'm really impressed with Keith Wright, number 89 of the Browns, and number 42, Bruce Harper of the Jets. When they get that football, they are headed toward the goal line in the opposite direction. They've turned on the afterburners. And they've come up with, I'm talking about both sides, they come up with great field position with the offensive units. Here's near the 50-yard line.
Ryan Sipe, the quarterback, Greg Pruitt and Mike Pruitt, the running back. Reggie Rucker, Dave Logan, Ozzie Newsome, the receiver. Good fake. Logan. 47-yard line. He will pick up 4 yards. It will be 2nd and 6. Donald Dykes makes the tackle. The fans think that he fumbled it. But when you come down and make contact with the ground, if you have possession, then the ball is dead.
This is a quick screen. Getting the ball out to number 85, Dave Logan. But he has one man to beat. The offensive lineman doesn't quite get there, but he's scratching and trying to. That's Doug Deacon. But up over the top, I know that Donald Dykes isn't that tall, but Dave's got to figure he's a little taller than that to try to hurdle him up there.
2nd down and 6. Pruitt, sweep right side. No gain. He is stacked up. Greg Buttle was there, and Schaefer Suggs moved up from the secondary. No, they'll mark it for it. No, it is no gain. The 47-yard line. 3rd down and 6. At offensive line, Doug Deacon, George Beeler, Tom DeLeon, Robert E. Jackson, and Henry Shepard for the Browns. Defensively, for the Jets, Lawrence Pillars, Joe Pellegrini, Joe Klecko, and Marty Lyons. Up front, Greg Buttle, Stan Blinka, and Bob Martin, the linebackers. Bobby Jackson, Donald Dykes, Schaefer Suggs, and Burgess Owens in the secondary. 3rd and 6. Flags down. 5 on the pattern. Logan incomplete. You mentioned it's a free play.
A free play. Ryan Sipe knew that the defensive line jumped off sides. He knew that they were going to get a 5-yard penalty regardless of what happened. He threw into a crowd there. Ordinarily, you wouldn't throw into a crowd like he did when 3 defensive men were around the receiver. But he knew that no matter what happened, he was going to come back and pick up 5 yards. He's changing the cadence, too, which is really good. If you get that defense
offside,
tuned to a certain cadence count and you change up, a lot of times you'll catch those defensive men moving. And that's what happened on that play.
So it's 3rd and 1. Curtis Weathers comes in. Calvin Hill comes in. 2 tight ends. Full house backfield. Mike Pruitt. And he'll pick up the 1st down as he goes to the 40-yard line. Stan Blinka, the middle linebacker, along with Joe Pellegrini and Joe Klecko, make the tackle.
Number 43, Mike Pruitt out of Purdue University. Now, he was told on that one, hey, just get moving. Go as hard and as fast as you possibly can. We only need a half a yard. Hopefully the offensive line will have a standoff. And that back will surge forward for at least a yard for the first down. That's what happened that time.
At the Jets' 40-yard line, first down. 5 out of the pattern. To Logan, all alone, has it. Good move. Gets an extra 6 or 7 yards. Dave Logan in his 4th year from Colorado.
Well, I'll tell you, Brian Sipe did an excellent job of getting this ball off because Joe Klecko was coming, but it was a good throw right on the numbers. Brother, that's where you want the football. And now coming up with a good move, picking up a couple of extra yards. But I said number 73 is Joe Klecko. He's much like Alzado. He's coming all the time. And Sipe, this is what I get for my efforts, eh?
At the New York 17-yard line, first down, Cleveland. Sipe to throw again.
He's got him. He's got him.
And Cleveland has the lead. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson at Shea Stadium. And Brian Sipe, a touchdown pass to Ozzie Newsome. It covered 17 yards. Here it is.
Wide open, a fine pass, right where you want it. And look at that. Number 82 is Ozzie Newsome looking the ball all the way. He had his man beat. It was with a pattern toward the corner of the end zone. As you can see, the ball was perfectly thrown. Number 22 is Burgess Owens. He didn't have a chance.
That is Newsome's first catch of the ball game. 51 yards in the drive in 5 plays. Extra point is no good, but there is a flag. So we'll have a look at the penalty here. Penalty against Cleveland, it is refused. They missed the extra point. So the score, the Browns 16, the Jets 10, 11:55 left to go, third quarter. Brian Sipe has now completed 9 of 16 passes for 105 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he has been intercepted twice. Well, Bruce Harper and Ken Schroyer deep. Go ahead.
The last pass was really an excellent pass by Brian Sipe. It was a good call, too, because the play-action pass on first down, he came up with man-to-man coverage on Ozzie Newsome.
Cockcroft kicks off. It goes through the legs of Harper. He picks it up. He's back to the 10, 15, 18-yard line. So New York has the ball on their own 18-yard line. First and 10, Ricky Feature making the tackle, along with Clinton Burrell. Now for the Jets. First opportunity on offense, second half, with Matt Robinson, the quarterback. Scott Durking and Kevin Long will be the running back. Derek Gaffney, Wesley Walker, the wide receivers, Jerome Barkham, the tight end. Offensive line, Chris Ward, Randy Rasmussen, Joe Fields, Eric Cunningham, and Marvin Powell. Robinson to Walker, and he is dumped immediately by Clay Matthews.
They started out the second half just like the Cleveland Browns did, with a quick screen out to the sidelines to a wide receiver, but that time 2 players defensively, 21 Oliver Davis, a cornerback, and number 57 Clay Matthews, the linebacker for the Cleveland Browns. They were going to have none of that. They played it very, very well.
Loss of a yard, second and 11. Mickey Sims is back in at left tackle, so it's Mike St. Clair, Mickey Sims, Jerry Shirk, and Lyle Alzado, that front 4 for Cleveland. Pass is high, pulled down by Gaffney. Picks up the first down. Gaffney with his second outstanding reception. The first one in the first half was great. This was outstanding.
Well, I'll tell you, Matt Robinson is not putting the ball where he wants to, and I believe that the thumb is bothering him. The ball takes off. It's high. It's a fine catch by number 81, Derek Gaffney. Really, it's good coverage by the defensive back of the Cleveland Browns. That's the second, I think the third really good catch of him. He scooped one off the ground once, too.
You're right. Kevin Long jumps to the outside, cannot get around as the free safety Tom Dart moved up to bring it.
Well, that was a fine play by number 27, Tom Dart, coming up with that tackle, because had Kevin Long been able to get outside of him, he probably would have picked up a first down.
All right, let me set the rest of the Browns defense. Charlie Hall, Dick Ambrose, and Clay Matthews are the linebackers. Ron Bolton, Oliver Davis on the corners, Clarence Scott and Tom Darden at safety. Now, in case some of our viewers joined us later, after this play, would you point out the problems, again, of Matt Robinson, the Jets quarterback?
Yes, sir.
All right. Burgess Owens in motion. Scott Durkee near the 40-yard line and near a first down. Dick Ambrose, the middle linebacker, is the man who stopped it.
Now, you were talking about Matt Robinson, number 17, the quarterback of the Jets. What happened? He won the starting job over Richard Todd, but a day or two, I guess 2 days ago, he injured the thumb on his throwing hand, and there was a lot of question as to whether he would play today. He hadn't taken a snap. They took a look at him in practice prior to the start of the game, and he's able to take it, but he has not been throwing the ball well today. That thumb is bothering him.
That right thumb is all taped up.
He may go.
Raced it. He is caught from behind by Oliver Davis. 20-yard line, 21-yard line of Cleveland.
Short yardage situation. They're all coming toward the quarterback or getting penetration in the backfield. That's what happens if you break that line of scrimmage. There's nobody there, and only the great speed of number 21, Oliver Davis, brought down Scott Durkee, preventing a touchdown.
It was 3rd down and 1. And it is now 1st down at the Cleveland 21-yard line. Play action. Pass complete over the middle to Jerome Barker.
Trying to get that middle linebacker, Charlie. Trying to fake, hold that middle linebacker, come up and hit that tight end quickly. Trying to freeze the linebackers. That time it worked. And even at that, the pass is completed. And I've seen some people like Bobby Lane and Billy Kilmer throw passes that never had a spiral on it. But I've seen Matt Robinson throw before, and he does. He does it today.
1st down, just outside the 10-yard line. Bruce Harper. Harper to the 6. Clay Matthews with the tackle.
Well, I'll tell you, number 42, Bruce Harper, is not a real large man, 5'8", 177 pounds. But I think when he took off and made his cut on that run, he thought he was 230 because he was lowering his head and his shoulder going straight ahead.
Now the ball at the 6-yard line. It is conceivable the Jets, if in the next 3 plays do not score, could still pick up a 1st down about a half a yard away from the goal line. Kevin Long is the remaining back. And Long carries. Harper with a block, and he is overwhelmed on the left side, as is Kevin Long. Bruce Harper on the left side was trying to put up a block. It was a valiant effort, but he was just pushed aside, and Tom Darden, Oliver Davis came up to stop the play. Now Clark Gage will come in. Kevin Long comes out. The line of scrimmage is now the 9-yard line, and it's 3rd down. 3rd down and 8.5 to go for a 1st down. And of course, 3rd down and 9, plus a few inches for a score. Robinson may throw to the corner. No, swing pass. Gage. 7-yard line.
Number 59, Charlie Hall, the linebacker for the Cleveland Browns. Give him a lot of credit because he was not going to let Gaines, number 21, Clark Gaines, get outside on it. He prevented him from getting downfield.
Field goal team is in. Tim Maresco to hold, Pat Leahy to kick. From the 14-yard line, an attempt of 24 yards. .31 time remaining, 3rd quarter. It is up, and it is good. So the score, the Browns 16, the Jets 13. Here at Shea Stadium. We'll be back with a kickoff in a moment. Sports World on Saturday. Throughout the football season on our new day after baseball. And this Saturday, the Marlboro Cup, the IAF World Series of Track and Field from Brussels, and the FINA, the FINA World Cup Swimming Championships from Tokyo. Ricky Feature, number 83, and Keith Wright, number 89. The deep backs for the Browns, as Pat Leahy will be kicking off.
Charlie Leahy's been doing a good job kicking. He's gotten it about 4 yards deep in the end zone most of the time, and it's going in there again.
Ricky Beecher on the return to the 15, 20, about the 24-yard line. Ken Troy tripped him up. Neither quarterback has an incomplete pass in the second half.
We haven't seen the punter for the Cleveland Browns, have we? Evans?
Johnny Evans, we certainly haven't. That's right.
Does he kick with both shoes on? Or?
As far as I know, we haven't seen him. Yes, he does. Cleveland now from their own 23-yard line, first down, and they have been able to move. Mike Pruitt. About the 29-yard line. Greg Buttle and Stan Blank are the two linebackers stopping. Second down and 4.
Cleveland Browns, if they get that running attack going, not only are they moving the ball and scoring points, but they're taking up a lot of time on that clock. It isn't a big factor right now with less than 6 minutes remaining, but the next quarter it's going to be.
Left, and he is caught from behind by Joe Klecko.
That was a good play by the defensive unit of the Jets in particular. I think number 93, here he is, 93. Marty Lyons, a rookie. Now Doug Deacon, 73, is the offensive tackle trying to block in, but he's stringing out the plays. You can see right there, and comes up with a big hit, coming up with a tackle. It's an outstanding play by that young rookie. I guess he meant it, Charlie, when he said he wanted to show the Cleveland Browns they might have made a mistake by not selecting him when they had a chance.
No gain, third down 4. Sight to throw. It is there. Reggie Rucker. Rucker to the 50, needs one block. Does not get the block, and Bobby Jackson pushes him out of bounds.
Oh, I'll tell you, if Dave Logan should have kept his feet, he shouldn't have left his feet and just kept running with him. Good throw by number 17, Brian Sipe. Reggie Rucker, 33, making the play. Now going downfield, number 85 is Dave Logan of the Cleveland Browns. And you see that number 40 is Bobby Jackson. Logan left his feet. Had he been able to stay on his feet and shield him, perhaps Reggie Rucker could have cut back inside and scored.
At the New York 38-yard line, first down Cleveland.
But Charlie, I'm sure the Browns are happy to be on where they are. Quick screen.
Keith Wright, the speedster, down the sideline. Boy, he could fly.
He ran right by Donald Dykes, number 26. I think Dykes was looking for to make a move, and he just caught the ball and took off.
Gain of 13, first down.
Quick screen out to number 89, which is Keith Wright. And right here, he just takes off. And I think that right there, 26, Donald Dykes was looking for perhaps a move or cutting back to the inside.
Bob Martin finally got him. 25-yard line of New York. Sam Retigliano, he has done a great job with the Cleveland Browns. And he always gives you about 3 opening lines for your telecast.
Yeah.
Greg Pruitt runs out of blockers, and he picks up maybe 2. Stan Blanco brings him down. Marty Lyons was also there, and Schaefer Suggs was there for the secondary.
Well, I'll tell you, number 93, Marty Lyons is all over the field. As Walt Michaels is not too happy at the present time because his defense has not been able to hold the Cleveland Browns, his old football team. But number 93, Marty Lyons, he is primed right now for a reverse.
Now, 89, Keith Wright is in the ball game, and he is in the slot left side with Logan split away. Second and 9. Greg Pruitt goes away from the slot. There's a flag down. He almost breaks it at the 15-yard line, but there was a flag down in the neighborhood of the 20. Last year in the overtime game, all of the yardage, including the kickoff return leading to the field goal that won it for the Browns over the Jets, was by number 34, Greg Pruitt. Walt Michaels, when he played for the Browns, wore number 34. He said they should have retired my number. It was the number that did it last year. And Pruitt is doing it again this year. He's having a great ball game.
Walt Michaels, I played with him in Cleveland. I was there and watched him play. Now, he was an outstanding linebacker, but he didn't have the moves that Mr. Pruitt.
Holding, number 65. Holding on Henry Shepard, the right tackle. So bring it back to the 34-yard line. It'll be second down 19. And Mark Gastineau comes in at defensive left end. Second-round draft choice from East Central Oklahoma. That's in Ada, Oklahoma. And he is a designated rusher.
They also brought in number 38, Ed Taylor, an additional defensive back. They're in their nickel defense or prevent defense.
Second and 19. 4 on the pattern. Deep over the middle to Rucker. He holds on for it. Rucker. A fantastic catch.
I thought Derek Gaffney came up with a great catch, and he did. But Reggie Rucker just came up with a superb catch on that last play. Number 17, Brian Sipe going back. He's got plenty of time to throw. He's looking over the field. Fires the ball.
Jackson
well
is good
covered.
cover.
Well covered. He hangs onto the ball while falling down. Great catch.
You talked about head and eyes of Gaffney. You watch the same thing with Rucker. Concentration all the way. 12-yard line, first down. Greg Pruitt. 8-yard line. Picks up about 4. Burgess Owens makes the tackle, and Greg Buttle was also there.
Number 99 is Mark Gastineau. He's a young rookie. He's a very aggressive individual. Now, there are certain things you don't do or you shouldn't do. And one of them is this.
Now, that's a quarterback talking, right?
Well, not only that, but the ball is gone. He could have had a flag thrown and been an additional 15 yards. Once the man doesn't have the ball, particularly the quarterback, you're not supposed to pound up, beat up on him.
At the 9-yard line. Second and 7. 4-man on the pattern. Gastineau almost got sight, set him up, and Klecko did. Bob Martin was also there, but it was Gastineau that really set it up. And that will be the first sack for the New York Jets.
Well, I'll tell you, Gastineau is an enthusiastic individual out there. There was some speculation that he wouldn't even play. But you're taking a look at Joe Klecko trying to catch his breath. Number 99, Mark Gastineau, apparently injured his shoulder. He came in with a sling on, and they didn't know whether he was going to play. But as they say, when the bell rings,
that's right,
he is there. That's what you call a player. Regardless of how he feels on Sunday, he's going to get out and suit up and go out and play.
Third down, 17. At the Jet 19-yard line. Going into the corner to Logan. He can't get to it. And pressure was put on by Bob Martin. He was blitzing. He dropped Sipe. Sipe turned in, I believe, to Mike Pruitt and said, you were supposed to pick him up.
Somebody's supposed to pick him up, not me. He did the wise thing of just getting rid of the football. He didn't have a chance on this one. He even gets set. Here you see 59 Bob Martin coming in right in his face, so he's just unloading the ball. Somebody's supposed to pick him up is true. Generally, it's a back's responsibility to pick up a linebacker.
And now Don Cockroft, field goal attempt from 36 yards. He is hit from 31 yards out. It is good from 36 yards away. It is now Cleveland 19, the Jets 13. We'll be back to Shea in a moment. A doubleheader on NBC again next week. So be sure to check your local listings, and following the kickoff, as you look at Walt Michaels, head coach of the Jets, we'll be giving you a rundown of all of the games that we'll be covering next Sunday.
Walt didn't look very happy, did he?
No, he didn't. Harper and Schroy are deep. And it'll be Bruce Harper at the 9-yard line. To the 20, 25, 30, 35, 37, 38-yard line. An excellent return by Bruce Harper. Pat Moriarty of the Browns is the man who made the tackle. Moriarty from Georgia Tech is a free agent. Now, we mentioned the doubleheader. Here are the games. Of course, it'll all start with NFL 79 at 12:30 Eastern Time. First half, well, we'll be in New England for the Jets-New England game. Also, there's Houston and Pittsburgh, Cincinnati and Buffalo. Second half, Oakland, San Diego, Seattle, Miami, Cleveland, Kansas City. So check the local listings in your area for the game that the two games that you'll be watching next
week. Play fast.
Robinson has all the time in the world, and it's intercepted. Clay Matthews. Matthews to the 45, 40, 35, 30, 25. He takes a lot of time when he makes his interception.
Following his blockers down there. He's running like a fullback. Matt Robinson did not see number 57, Clay Matthews. He was looking to go to Wesley Walker from the beginning, but Wesley Walker, he flushed out of the pocket, as you can see here. Number 77, once again, Lyle Alzado putting some heat on, but he didn't see Clay Matthews at all. He was looking for his receiver. And that's the thing that a quarterback has to do, is pick up the defensive end first.
1:21 left in the third quarter. We've got a timeout, and we'll be back to Shea Stadium in a moment.
If women shaved men's faces, we...
That well in the game.
No, I think his thumb is definitely bothering him. He tried to throw across the field or across the grain on that last pass, and it's always a dangerous move to do that.
Matthews with the interception. Cleveland at the Jets' 24-yard line. Rucker in motion. Greg Pruitt, good hold. 21-yard line. He has 3. It'll be second down 7. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network. This is Charlie Jones and Lynn Dawson in New York, where the Cleveland Browns lead the New York Jets 19-13. Schaefer Suggs making the last tackle. Cleveland has the ball on the New York 21-yard line. Second and 7. Side gives to Greg Pruitt. A pickup of 6. Joe Klecko makes the tackle. It'll be third down and a yard at the 15-yard line.
Once again, he came up on a quick count, trying to catch that defensive unit perhaps unprepared. It was a good move because they picked up good yardage. Now they're in a short yardage situation.
Cody Risen, the rookie from Texas A&M, comes in. Calvin Hill comes in, and the rookie tight end Curtis Weathers of Mississippi comes in. Third down and 1, short yardage. They'll show a full house backfield. And it is Calvin Hill. This will be close. Calvin Hill from Yale in his 10th year in the National Football League. Clock has been stopped now with 1 second left to go in the third quarter. We're waiting to see. We'll have a measurement. Change coming out.
Be an interesting decision on what Sam Rutigliano is going to do. Whether go for the first down, because 3 points, 3 big points. Now they lead by 6.
And now the clock will be wound, and that will be the official end of the...
They're going for it in this situation. 3 points would happen to be 3 big points, because it means they'd have to score a touchdown and a field goal to go ahead of the Cleveland Browns, provided they made it.
Excuse me, I said third and 1, and it is fourth and about an inch.
But any good football team, when you get a foot or so, and if you don't say to yourself, we can make a foot, then you're not going to.
However, they lead by 6, and a field goal takes away a touchdown.
Well, they're hoping to ice this thing up, or try to ice it up with a touchdown. But even if they make the first down, that doesn't guarantee that they're going to get in and score a touchdown.
Fourth down and inches, full house backfield. Flags are down. Pruitt carried, Mike Pruitt, and I believe he jumped too soon. There was a flag down. Buttle led the defensive charge. Schaefer Suggs helping the officials on the call. That's it, illegal motion. Now the field goal team could well come in if they picked up the first down. But they'll have to bring the chains out to see if it was a first down. If it was not a first down, the Jets will take over on down.
Well,
if it was a first down, the Jets will take the penalty, and then I would imagine the Browns would go for the field goal.
The offensive unit of the New York Jets, they were coming on the field. They didn't think that they had made it. What about it? They did make it.
No, they did not make it. So forget the flag. The Jets take over on down. Here is the last play. The left guard leaves too soon. That's George Beeler. I also believe that Mike Pruitt, the ball carrier, left too soon.
It was not a real good exchange between the quarterback and the running back.
We've got a timeout. The Jets have the football. The Browns have the lead.
To drive through dirt and dust, good filters are a must. You can trust AC.
Thanks, AC.
Trust those filters by AC.
We're glad I installed new AC air and oil filters before we get into this mess.
I bet AC helps protect those babies too, huh, Dad?
If they're smart.
George!
Oh!
So when you gotta go, we're the name to know. You can trust AC.
Thanks, AC.
Trust those filters by AC.
Thanks, AC.
Trust those filters by AC.
Was the man who stopped him.
Charlie, the New York Jets need something. They don't seem to be controlling that line of scrimmage, or they haven't for the last couple of series.
2nd down and 7. Gaffney goes wide to the right side. Walker goes wide to the left side with Durking and Long, the two running backs. Matt Robinson, the quarterback. Both backs in the block. Throws knocked away. Good defensive play by Ron Bolton. Gaffney, the intended receiver. Walt Michaels helping the officials on the far sideline.
I think Walt perhaps felt that he had his left hand on the receiver. He got his right hand around to make the block or the knockdown right there with the right hand, but Walt may be saying that the left hand is on the receiver. Close call.
Bruce Harper and Clark Gaines are now in the backfield. 3rd down and 7. Under pressure, he is dropped. Mickey Sims, that is the 5th sack of the ball game for the Browns.
Mickey Sims came up with the sack of the quarterback with number 81, Jack Gregory, the seasoned veteran. Take a look at him here. He flushes Matt Robinson out of the pocket. Here he is meeting Chris Ward. He's dead there. After the first few steps, he's got him. Matt Robinson had to step up, or number 81, Jack Gregory, would have tackled him. Take your choice. Do you want Sims or do you want Gregory to nail you?
Here's the punt by Ramsey, and it's not a good one. End over end, but takes a jet bounce and goes out of bounds. Just outside the Cleveland 40-yard line. We'll call it the Cleveland 41-yard line. The Browns have the football, and they have the lead. 19-13, 13 minutes plus to go.
Back half.
Has the ball on their own 41-yard line. They couldn't find the right camera. It's hard to look over and find the camera and turn back and see yourself before the picture changes. Brian Sipe, the quarterback. He has had an outstanding afternoon for the Browns. Rucker in motion. Jackson, the cornerback, goes across the defense with him. Pruitt is in trouble. Slips as he comes back, and he's covered by Marty Lyons. Greg Pruitt. Now let's update some of the scores. Final, Dallas over St. Louis in a close one.
Had a field goal that won that ball game.
Chicago defeats Green Bay. Atlanta defeats New Orleans. Another close one.
Well, that was an overtime game. That was.
Oakland has the lead now over the Rams. San Diego still leading Seattle. Denver leading Cincinnati 4th quarter. Sipe goes.
Got him beat.
Ozzie Newsome, the tight end, got behind Burgess Owen.
He was overthrown, Charlie. He had him beat by about 2 steps. And no one knows that more than that man right there, number 17, Brian Sipe. He said if I'd have just hung it up a little higher or pulled it a little more, would have been 6 points. Great speed by number 82, Ozzie Newsome, the tight end of the Cleveland Browns.
3rd down and 15. Kansas City leading Baltimore 7-0 third. Mark Gastineau comes in for Marty Lyons. and Ed Taylor for Stan Blinka, 5 in the secondary. Sipe to Greg Pruitt, first down. Ed Taylor made the tackle. There were 5 men in the secondary, and still the Browns picked up almost 25 yards on the play.
Sipe is looking for single coverage. He found it. Number 34, Greg Pruitt. He had single coverage. 39, Ed Thompson. He was supposed to be guarding him man to man because they were doubling the outside receivers.
12 minutes, 55 seconds, time remaining in the ball game. The head coach of the Jets, Walt Michaels. His club trails the Browns by 6 points, 19-13. Cleveland at the New York 40-yard line. Sipe to Rucker. Incomplete.
Well, he is human, isn't he? I think he had his hands on that football. Looked like he did at least get to touch it. Everything else that's gotten near him, he's come up with.
Keith Wright comes in, Rucker comes out. So it's now Dave Logan and Keith Wright, the wide receivers, Ozzie Newsome, the tight end. Sam Rutigliano, the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. We'll have a slot offense on the left side. Newsome, the tight end, on the right side. Sipe to throw. Here's the screen to the tight end, Newsome.
Oh, yes.
Good defensive play by Greg Buttle. Tight end screen. Sipe set it up perfectly, but Buttle was there for the defense.
Number 51, Greg Buttle, did a fine job on that one. Here it is. He's trying to influence the defensive end to come in. The defensive end did. Now he slips out, makes the catch, and hopefully he has some men out in front to block him. But number 51 right there, Greg Buttle, was going to have none of it. Came up, make an open field tackle. Really a fine play by Buttle.
Loss of a yard, 3rd and 11. Blinka out, Taylor in. Now 5 in the secondary again. Last time in this situation, Sipe went to Greg Pruitt. He gives to Greg Pruitt. A gain of 3. It'll be 4th down as Joe Klecko and Greg Buttle make the tackle. And for the first time in the ball game, Johnny Evans of North Carolina State, wearing number 8, is in to kick for the Cleveland Browns.
He might be rusty out there. He hasn't moved that leg. Here it is, 11 minutes and a half to go in the football game. He has yet to kick his first one. Probably going to try to angle it out of bounds someplace, or angle it high, or hit it high, giving his men an opportunity to get under the football.
Bruce Harper is deep with Ken Stroy and Tim Moresco. And he does hang it up.
Oh,
Jets
yes.
get away from it. It goes out of bounds. Good kick by Johnny Evans. Jets are in the hole. They have 11 minutes and 20 seconds left. The Browns have the lead. We'll be back in a moment.
Foot odor. Get odor eaters. Odor eaters.
Odor eaters.
Full economy Toyota truck.
Football doubleheader next Sunday on NBC. Be sure to check your local listings for the 2 games to be seen in your area. Cleveland has the ball on their own 15-yard line. And we have 9 minutes, 35 seconds left in the ball game. It is Cleveland 19, the New York Jets 13. Don Cockcroft with 2 field goals, but 1 missed extra point. Pat Leahy has 2 field goals for the Jets. Rucker in motion. Mike Pruitt. A gain of 5. Greg Buttle, Stan Blinka make the tackle. Will be 2nd down 5.
Right now, what the Cleveland Browns are thinking, Charlie, is let's establish something on the ground. If we can pick up a few first downs with the clock working in our favor, we're going to be in a great position. That's not to say that they don't want to score, but the type of plays that they're going to run, just like that one, that was not a fancy play. That was straight ahead. It was not designed to couldn't lose any yardage on it. Chances of picking up 4 or 5.
2nd and 5. Mike Pruitt.
Same thing.
And another 5 yards. He'll have the first down. Stan Blinka, Burgess Owens on the stop.
Coming up with a first down. Now they've gone through 1 minute already, or almost 1 minute, since they've maintained possession of the football. 2 plays, so they can continue this.
Now you have pointed out that it passed the 9-minute mark, 9 minutes plus. They started thinking this way. Is that about the time when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, you start thinking in that situation? About the 9 or 10 minutes to go?
Yes, and then you can also pick, if you're moving the ball like they are in the last two plays, you can pick a time, you guess right, the play action pass, or throw the ball, and you might catch him. Now, you might come up with 6.
Pruitt around the corner from the 26 to the 29-yard line. Again, a 3-second 7. Schaefer Suggs made the stop.
That was a play there, number 34, Greg Pruitt. Now, he stopped the clock. That isn't what he wants to do. He'd had an opportunity to plant and go back inside. He would have, but number 51, Buttle, the linebacker of the Jets, made sure that he didn't. But you can see number 51, Greg Buttle, is right here, humping and pushing his line. There he is. Get out there. But a good play is stringing out the ball carrier so that he couldn't cut back.
2nd and 7. Passing down. Mike Pruitt. He'll come up about 2 yards shy of the first down.
Big play coming up for both teams, particularly the New York Jets. 3rd down, short yardage situation. They need to stop them right now with less than 8 minutes remaining in this football game.
Bob Martin and Stan Blink on the last tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Calvin Hill comes in. Greg Pruitt comes out. Dave Logan comes out. The power I. 3rd down and 2. Now they make it a full house. Calvin Hill will come up short of the first down.
I tell you, Charlie, if ever a situation, if you really wanted to gamble, that was it for number 17, Brian Sipe, because 11 Jets were around that football.
Now the officials will bring out the change. But when Calvin came down, from our vantage point, I did not think he had it. I thought he missed it by at least the length of the football.
We shall soon find out.
That much. Just an inch away.
That's a small football,
Down and ahead. A very short football. And Retigliano is going to gamble.
He may be just going on a long count, trying to draw that defense offside.
Good point. Sipe would come up. He'll never snap the ball. Wanting to pull that defense, he'll change cadence, use the full 30 seconds, and then bring the kicking.
I can't imagine them going for it here in this situation. But he is.
Mike Pruitt. He is pushed back. The Jets have held. The Jets take over. Burgess Owens for the Jets is the man who stopped Mike Pruitt. Place in the ball game. The Browns have gone for it and have been thrown back for the Jet defense.
Well, I'll tell you, this is a big, big play. Pitch out to number 43, Mike Pruitt, trying to get up, but it's being strung out. Number 22, Burgess Owens, coming in up on play 53, 26, Donald Dykes.
From the Cleveland 34-yard line, Durkee will lose yardage. Mickey Sims and Clarence Scott are there for Cleveland. He loses 2 to the 36. 2nd down, 12.
Well, they got an opportunity, the New York Jets I'm talking about. Now they must take advantage of it. A little over 6 minutes remaining in this ball game.
Five on the pattern. Over the middle. It is complete. Jerome Markham. Markham inside the 10. Clay Matthews.
Sure, Kevin Long.
Oh, it's
Charlie,
Kevin Long. I'm
coming
sorry.
out of the backfield. Good throw by Matt Robinson on that. That time he hit him right on the number, going full speed. giving him an opportunity to get upfield. As you can see right here, the ball is going to be thrown right on the numbers, right where it's supposed to be. Now he's going straight for the goal line. Somebody's got to make a tackle. 57 is Clay Matthews. He comes up with a play. Not before he gets a first down inside the 10.
First down, goal to go. It was to Kevin Long. And now Bruce Harper carries. 6-yard line. Second down, goal to go. Tom Darden with the tackle. 5 minutes, 18 seconds. Time remaining. Clock is moving. Browns leading by 6. 19-13. Jets have the ball on the Cleveland 6-yard
Charlie
line.
might go back. That's twice. Remember, they were leading by 6. Field goal range. Here before, they decided to go for it, didn't make it.
Walt Michaels looking on for the far sideline.
He's going to get in.
No. It is tied up. 19-19, extra point to come.
Well, the Jets took advantage of that situation, coming up with a couple of real big plays by 33 Kevin Long. He's got the football. He's going to keep it, too. That will go in his trophy case, Charlie.
You bet. Tim Maresco to hold Leahy to attempt the extra point. Normally, Robinson holds. This game, Maresco has held. He misses to the right side. We are tied. Tim Maresco, a new holder. And Burgess Owens cannot believe it, nor can Pat Leahy. It is tied, 19-19, 4:48 left in the game. The fans go crazy, as do the Jets. We believe it is Tom Newton, number 44, who came up with the football, but that is unofficial. At the Cleveland 23-yard line.
Ricky Feature, 83, making the catch. He's carrying that ball in the wrong hand. It should be in the other hand, away from pressure. That's the reason that thing was fumbled.
It was Mark Merrill who recovered the fumble. At the Cleveland 34-yard line, first down. Kevin Long. Long has been devastating in the last 5 minutes of play. Charlie Hall was there, along with Lyle Alzado.
Kevin Long turn looked like it was nothing into about a 4 or 5 yard gain on that play.
Just inside the 19-yard line. Clark Gaines will be the remaining back. 2 tight ends. Second down and 6. It is Gaines. They string him out. He gets around the corner. Darden finally brought him down. Lyle Alzado was also there. Gaines has picked up about 15 pounds this year. His weight up to 209. First down.
There it is,
3:55. That is the time left in the game.
That's controlling that football game right now for both teams. New York Jets want to use as much of that clock as they possibly can and get a score. Cleveland Browns want to stop them right here. Make sure that they settle for a field goal attempt.
At the 13-yard line. First down.
Nothing
gets the call.
Nothing fancy. Straight ahead, trying to look for an open hole, trying to get that 4 or 5 yard gain. That's what the New York Jets are working on right now. They've got 2 tight ends in the football game, making sure they have maximum blocking either to the right or to the left side of that offensive line. So that one remaining back, but he can go to either direction.
Jerry Shurick and Dick Ambrose on the last stop at the 10-yard line. It is second down and 7. 2 tight ends are in. Gaines the remaining back. Schuler and Barkham are the tight ends. Second and 7 at the 10. 3:17 on the clock. Gaines straight ahead. 5-yard line, just inside the 5.
Charlie, I'll tell you something. Straight ahead, nothing fancy. Straight ahead blocking by the offensive lines. Number 65, you see, is Joe Fields, who is one of the most underrated centers in the National Football League. He really does a fine job. But straight ahead, picking up 4 and 5 yards at a crack. The tough yardage is going to come right now because they're inside the 5-yard line. It's going to be bunched up down there.
3rd down and 2. Kevin Long is the remaining back. It'll be close to the 1st down.
That didn't look like a very good exchange between the quarterback and the running back on that play.
Robert L. Jackson, the defensive linebacker, makes the tackle.
They might as well wait till the 2-minute warning comes up.
Officials wind the clock. It will be 4th down and about a half a yard. Pat Leahy with Tim Maresco to hold. Maresco number 37. Normally, Matt Robinson, the quarterback, is the holder. He has the bad thumb. It is wrapped, so Maresco is holding. The clock moves to 2 minutes. We'll take a timeout. We're tied at 19-19, 2 minutes to go.
You're cruising at 3,000 feet with no speed limit and no traffic, with only the sound of the air rushing past a big pair of wings. You're free to do what man has always dreamed of. Free to soar with eagles. And you go for it, making the most of now. From the life you live to the beer you drink. And since 1849, the beer that makes the most out of life is Schlitz. That's why every day, millions of times a day, America reaches for a Schlitz.
When you're making it beer, make it just one here. Schlitz makes it great.
Go for it.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, 2 minutes to go in the ballgame. 4th down, about half a yard to go. Pat Leahy is in the kick, and his holder, Matt Robinson, the quarterback. Jam, thumb, and all will be holding for Pat Leahy.
Well, I'll tell you, a holder for a next-point field goal kicker is kind of like maybe a catcher for a knuckleball thrower. They have to feel that confidence that that man is going to do the job. And he
From
did
the
it.
11.
He did it.
It is there from the 11, 21 yards away. The Jets have the lead. Pat Leahy, after missing the last extra point.
Very good hold. Straight up, no laces. Follow through by the kicker was excellent. You see him jumping off the field, you know that he made that one.
The Jets. Last time it was Ricky Feature. Feature fumbled on the return. Remember the overtime game, though, last year, the Browns and the Jets? It was Greg Pruitt who set it up with a kickoff return, and then he carried, either carried or received the ball on every play.
Charlie, who
leading to the field.
who do you kick it to now? You got Pruitt back there.
And Keith Wright? Oh, I think kick it through the end zone so they can't return it.
Either that or a line drive float type of kick. Nope, except Pruitt.
Pruitt at the 5-yard line. Greg is to the 20, the 25, and they drop him at the 27-yard line.
Flag is down. They're going to get the Jets for filing on unnecessary roughness. Very aggressive, but you can't be overly aggressive because that could add 15 more yards onto that play.
Personal foul, clipping against Cleveland. And that will hurt the Browns.
I saw a New York Jet hit Greg Pruitt late, too.
They spot the ball at the 13.
I was trying to give the Browns another 25 yards there.
So Cleveland now with 1:53 remaining. Their work is cut out. They trail by 3. Sight goes deep into coverage. Newsom, a great reception. No, coming up with it is Schaefer Suggs. He steals the ball away from Newsom. The Jets have the football. Suggs with the best of the day, or maybe the decade.
He took that ball right away from number 82, Ozzie Newsom. Newsom almost came up with a great catch. The ball was underthrown. Schaefer Suggs just took it away from him. The officials are back there now debating the situation. Take a look at it right now. Number 82 almost coming up with a great catch. Right there, he's taking the ball away from him. Schaefer Suggs stole the ball right there.
Now, is he down?
That's what the officials are debating out on near the 50-yard line.
I would say it'd be down at the point of interception.
Sipe throwing the ball. Intended for 82. Newsom got his hands on it. He's going down.
Schaefer has the ball away from him.
Yeah, but
down in contact with Newsom.
Right.
So it should be the Jets' ball at the spot of the interception. And a moment ago, we saw Doug Deacon, who was down for Cleveland. And we believe he's up and all right, although I haven't picked him up yet. And that is what the officials call the Jets have the ball at the interception, spot of the interception, which is the Cleveland 48-yard line, first down, with now a minute 38 remaining in the game.
Charlie, I think to clarify a situation, you don't have to tackle a man. All you have to do is touch him if he's down with the football. Cannot advance it after that.
And now Doug Deacon is he was still on the far side of the field, is coming across the field with the team doctor. But Deacon is coming across the field under his own power at the left 35-yard line.
I'll say this about Walt Michaels. He doesn't get or show that much excitement. He has things pretty much under control on the sidelines during the football game. And I know he is not always that way.
But you go back to the gamble with 6 minutes and 44 seconds to go. Cleveland gambled. 4th down and inches. And they did not make it on their own 34-yard line. Now the Jets just need to run out the football. Flag is down.
I think what has happened there, an offensive lineman looked like jumped off sides before the snap of the ball. This has happened. What you don't want to do, when you're in the huddle, the quarterback's telling those people, look, 2 things we don't want. We don't want any penalties. Don't be off sides. Do not hold. And you backs, when you get the ball, get both arms around that ball, clutch onto it, don't cough it up.
Illegal procedure called against New York. It'll be 1st and 15. That took up only 2 seconds. Now there's 1:36 remaining. The ball now at the Jets' 36-yard line.
Cleveland Browns have 2 timeouts remaining, Charlie, in the event that they get that football back. Yet I told you both arms around that football, and he didn't want to continue outside because they'd have run him out of bounds, and that would have stopped the clock.
Mike St. Clair is the man who covered Kevin Long. And Cleveland takes the timeout, stopping the clock now with 1:29 remaining. And they have 1 timeout remaining, according to our count.
If the Jets hold on to the football and they don't stop the clock because of a penalty, it's going to put the Browns in a tough situation. They've called timeout after this play, but it'll be 3rd down coming up. They can run out almost. If the Browns get the ball back, it could be less than 30 seconds remaining in the ball game.
And be sure to stay with us immediately following the ball game, time permitting. NFL 79. And a recap of all the scores across the nation in the National Football League this afternoon. At the end of the first quarter here, Cleveland led 7-3. It was tied at half, 10-10. And at the end of the third quarter, Cleveland led it 19-13. It was then tied at 19-all. And now the Jets hold a 3-point margin, 22-19, with 1:29 left in the ball game. Second and 15. Scott Durkee. Durking to the 50. To about the 48 of the 47-yard line where Ron Bolton and Charlie Hall made the tackle.
I'll tell you, there was a block thrown out there, not by one of those great big old offensive linemen, but by number 85, Wesley Walker, coming back, cracking back on a defensive back. It has to be above the waist, and does he ever? Defensive back had no idea he was coming in.
Third down and 9. Clock moving, 55 seconds and counting.
Now he's got it. There's 9 seconds remaining on that 30-second clock. He ought to be watching it all the way.
The snap with 3 seconds remaining on the clock. Durkee carries.
All right, now Cleveland will call timeout.
And they do, stopping it. 37 seconds remaining. It will be 4th down and about 4 yards to go. Tom Darden and Clay Matthews on the last tackle. The ball spotted at the 43-yard line.
They're going to have to go after it, Charlie, hoping to block this punt, because if they get the punt off, they're going to have a long way to go with no timeouts remaining. So they can hope if they get in and can get a piece of that ball, they get the ball in good field position. With the accuracy of Don Cockcroft, the fine field goal kicker of the Cleveland Browns, they might have a chance yet.
It is 4th down and 4 at the Cleveland 43-yard line. Keith Wright is dropped back as a solo safety, and Chuck Ramsey will be kicking. Now, you may recall earlier in the ball game, Ramsey kicking deep in his own territory. The rush was on. They almost got the block, but instead they ended up going into the kicker, and it was Gerald Irons.
Gerald Irons
for running into the kicker.
Coming up the middle.
From Mississippi. Curtis Weathers, the tight end, is in to put the pressure on, as is Gerald Irons. And Ramsey is back 17 yards. He took a couple of extra steps.
Yeah, they're coming after it.
Gets it off. Not that good a kick, and it goes out of bounds. That stops the clock with 30 seconds to go. And the ball is at the 16-yard line. This is Charlie Jones and Lynn Dawson at Shea Stadium. 30 seconds remaining in the game. Moments ago, it was tied 19-19. But then Pat Leahy, after missing an extra point earlier, as did Don Cockcroft, this time Matt Robinson, the quarterback, with a bandaged thumb, his normal holder, came in and held for him. Tim Resco had been holding before. Leahy split the uprights with a 21-yard field goal. That was after Ricky Beecher fumbled the kickoff return. And the Jets recovered it, and they now have the lead. Side throws to Logan, far side. He's out of bounds. 25 seconds left to go in the game. Cleveland does not have a timeout.
No timeouts remaining, and what the New York Jets are doing, they are conceding the short stuff, hoping that if the man catches the football, they can tackle him in the field of play. That's all they need to do at once, because with 25 seconds remaining in the ball game, it's going to be tough for them to get off another play. So Sipe has got to hit the fringe area or hope to go up top, but he's not going to get behind anybody. Burgess Owens is back there about 25 yards deep playing free safety.
Sipe throws, almost intercepted.
Sure.
Donald Dyke.
The Jets are back deep. You take a look at Burgess Owens is about 20 or 25 yards deep. They're playing a zone defense. They're saying nobody is going to get behind me. Number 26, Donald Dykes, almost came up with an interception there.
It may not make any difference, but one of the official clock says 20 seconds to go. Another official clock says 21 seconds to go above the message board. Second and 10. Sipe throws deep over the middle. It's incomplete.
Looking for number 82, Ozzie Newsome. Got a hit in front of somebody, but there's no way, as I said, that they're going to be able to get behind this New York Jet secondary because they're lining up 20 or 25 yards deep.
Quick recap of the scoring. Leahy, a 35-yard field goal. Brian Sipe, a touchdown pass to Greg Pruitt. Matt Robinson, a quarterback sneak from a half-yard out. Cockcroft, 31-yard field goal. It was tied at halftime, 10-10. Second half, Sipe to Newsome, 17 yards. Leahy, a 24-yard field goal for the Jets. Cockcroft, a 36-yard field goal. Kevin Long from 6 yards out. 2 missed extra points. Then Pat Leahy with a 21-yard field goal and the lead. Deep far side. It is tipped, caught, inbounds, and then out, stopping the clock. 32, maybe 33-yard line. 8 seconds left. Dave Logan.
This is a prayer shot here. He's just throwing it up in the air, hoping that number 85, Dave Logan, a basketball player, along with being a football player in Colorado, can come up with it, and he comes up with a great catch. This is following the football by the receiver, number 85, Dave Logan. Defensive middle in great position. That's number 26, Donald Dykes. He was in great position, but Logan just came up with it. 7 seconds remaining. One says 7, the other says 8. With less than 10 seconds remaining in the ball game.
And now Cockcroft, number 12. His experience matches his numbers. Penalty against the Jets. Now well within field goal range. Let's listen.
Number 99, defense, personal foul, roughing the passer. First down.
Gastineau call for roughing the passer.
Charlie.
Our intention, we were looking downfield. I never saw it.
Do you remember early in the game when Sipe threw that pass and number 99 and our crew caught it when he pushed him? Said that it is a no-no.
From the 25, a kick of 35 for the tie and overtime. Cockcroft, it is up, it is good. 5 seconds still left. We are tied, and we look to overtime at Shea Stadium. Cockcroft is now hit from 31, 36, and 22 yards out. Here's another look at the kick.
The most accurate kicker in the National Football League over the years, number 12, Don Cockcroft. He's kicked a lot of pressure kicks over the years. I'm sure none any bigger than right now, with 4 or 5 seconds remaining regulation of this football game. He's going to have to squib kick it this time, or just dribble along down the field and let the clock run out. And one thing he doesn't want to do is kick it to Bruce Harper.
Now, inside of the last 2 minutes of each half, which we obviously are, the clock on the kickoff does not start until it has been touched by a receiving player. So we point that out in case something comes up.
Well, I'd kick it to one of those offensive linemen.
Just kick it 10 yards and force it to pick it up, right?
Kick it past that first wave of players. Kick it to the wedge back here that'll be situated back about the 35-yard line.
Bruce Harper is deep along with Ken Schroy.
About the only way, Charlie, that they'd have a chance, the Jets would have a chance of scoring on this kickoff is to kick it deep. Because you got to figure any of those men up front, they're not going to be able to run 60 yards or so for a touchdown.
And now Cockcroft will be kicking off. That's exactly what they did. You're right. All right. Coming up with the football is John Hennessy. And with Hennessy's return, time runs out in regulation play. However, we're now into overtime. We will go to first point scored or the end of another 15 minutes of play. That would be the end of overtime, and it would go in as a tie ball.
We got to find out who wins the toss first. They're going to have a coin toss.
And the call here is just as important as anything else that may transpire. Randy Rasmussen comes out and Burgess Owens comes out for the Jets. Cockcroft is out. Ryan Seif is out, along with Charlie Hall for the Cleveland Browns.
The New York Jets had a lot of breaks late there to get ahead. It's all going their way, but one break for the Cleveland Browns.
Call. Tails is thrown.
The Jets win the toss. They will receive. At the end of regulation play, we are tied 22-22. We'll return with sudden death action in a moment after these messages from your local station.
Wednesday, Real People exposes a never-revealed side of the Dallas cheerleaders. And families named Nielsen examine the socially redeeming values of television.
Why don't we talk about Cheryl Dean?
And Real People searches for a Johnny Carson replacement.
Take my husband, please.
Plus, women boxing. And a town that fought to keep its chicken on Real People.
You know what goes on underground in the fall? Roots grow more actively. That's why it's important to use Turf Builder fertilizer now. You see, you gotta have a good root system for a beautiful lawn. And this is the best time for Turf Builder to help roots grow denser and stronger. It even helps grow more grass plants. So you'll get a thicker lawn this fall and next spring, too. But you'd better use Turf Builder now. Fall's underground growing season only comes once a year.
Turf Builder fertilizer from Scott's.
Tomorrow, come into any one of our Dodge or Chrysler Plymouth stores. Make a deal at the lowest price for you, and don't be easy on them. Then I'll personally see to it that you get a $400 rebate direct from the factory and another $400 from us. It's the most outstanding sale in our 75 years due to our factory buyout of hundreds of extra cars and trucks. Make your best deal now, then get an $800 rebate on top of it at every Spitzer Dodge or Chrysler Plymouth store.
Huge warehouse savings at Alpert's Huge Furniture Warehouse. Save 30 to 50% on selected bedrooms, dining rooms, living rooms, and more. Tomorrow only at Alpert's.
Our all-minicam weekend report tonight at 11.
We start overtime. The New York Jets winning the toss with Bruce Harper, number 42, Ken Stroy, number 48. They are the deep backs. Don Cockcroft will be kicking off for the Cleveland Browns. And you may notice that Cockcroft immediately wanted to kick from this end of the field. He wanted to force the Jets to be running on the infield of the baseball configuration here at Shea Stadium early in the ballgame, because Cockcroft immediately came to that side, trying to see if there's a wind advantage. And with the swirling wind here, the flags seem like they're all blowing out of the stadium, so you can't tell from here.
Well, they want them to run out of that dirt. The dirt, and also number 99. Mark Gastineau. He was the man called for roughing the passer. He's going to have to live with that, because without that 15 yards, Charlie, they're not in field goal range.
They still would have gone for it, but then it would have been a 50-yard kick.
Yes.
The Wonderful World of Disney, Part 2 of The Sky's the Limit, will be seen immediately following the conclusion of these telecasts over most of these stations, West Coast and Mountain Times. We see it at its regular time. Now let's get the football. It is high and it is short. And it is Bruce Harper. Harper leaving a trail of dust behind him.
Number 42, Bruce Harper. Almost down by number 83, Ricky Feature.
Ricky Feature makes the tackle. And the Jets have the football on their own 33-yard line. First down. We're in overtime. Tied 22-22. First score wins it. Gaffney comes to the near side. Kevin Long 45-yard line, 47-yard line, first down. Matthews makes the tackle.
Number 33, Kevin Long, particularly in this second half, has really come up with a lot of big plays. And none bigger than that, because that's a first down. This is overtime. They've got to get some momentum going. They've got to move that football. And even if they don't score, if they have to punt, they're going to put the Browns in a situation where they're going to be tied up back by their end zone.
Matt Robinson in regulation play completed 14 of 24 passes, 158 yards. He goes to Long again. Scott Durkee had 76 yards rushing. Wesley Walker, 3 receptions, 47 yards. Sims with the last tackle.
Please report to the police booth.
Second and 9.
That's what the Cleveland Browns wanted to do, put them in that second and long situation as opposed to second and medium, second and 4 or 5. Force them into a passing situation.
They stay on the ground. Durkee.
Good play, good blocking by the offensive unit of the New York Jets. For 66, Randy Rasmussen leading the plays out there. And for Randy, this is his 169th game with the Jets. Here he is coming out, putting a block on Clay Matthews, number 57. He's still doing it, isn't he, Charlie? After 13 years, he is what, the third player with the most games played for the New York Jets.
That's right. At the Cleveland 46-yard line, third down 2. We're 2 minutes into overtime. Durkee, first down. Scott Durkee.
Yes.
42-yard line of Cleveland.
He said, any way that I can get there, I'm going to have to get this first down because it's very important. This time it meant going up over top, and he went up over the top of, looks like number 78, Mickey Sims. Yes, up and over. He must have been a hurdler in high school back in Chicago.
Just inside the Cleveland 42-yard line. First down, Jeff. We're in overtime, tied 22-22.
Yes,
Pass
sir.
is there. It's to Wesley Walker. First down, 26-yard line. Oliver Davis.
Good play. The Cleveland Browns that time, they were looking to stop the run. They wanted to make sure they didn't get much yardage on first down. They were in man-to-man coverage. Matt Robinson saw that, I'm sure, and he went to a man that is very difficult to cover man for man, number 85, Wesley Walker.
First down, New York. Cleveland 26-yard line. Walker this side. Durkee carries. Ambrose and Sims. Now, here's a quick look at all the finals since we will not have a post-game show. You just pick them out. Clark Gaines comes in for Kevin Long. It is second down and 8. 24-yard line of Cleveland. 3 minutes, 20 seconds into overtime.
Bootleg. Didn't go for it.
Lyle Alzado dropped it back at the 31-yard line. A loss of about 7. It will be 3rd and 50.
Yes, sir. This was a bootleg. Everybody look at number 66, Randy Rasmussen, going to the right. It was a called play to the right, hoping that Alzado would chase.
It worked earlier in the ballgame.
Well, you know, an old pro, a guy that's a seasoned pro, the next time he's going to take a look to make sure that you've handed off the football.
3rd down and 15 now at the 31-yard line. The field goal kicker, Matt Lay.
They need to pick up some yardage, though. It's a long field goal.
Clark Gaines.
The people here are complaining they thought that maybe number 74, Mike St. Clair, who come leaping into the pile there late, should have been called for unnecessary roughness.
The line of scrimmage, the 26-yard line. It is 4th down and 11. Leahy is into a tip. Matt Robinson will be holding jam, thumb, and all. 34-yard line. A kick to 44 yards and the win. It is up. It is no good. No good. Leahy, who missed earlier from 32 yards, misses from 44. He does have 3 field goals in the ball game, as does Don Cockcroft, and the Browns take over.
Ball is down. Good hold. You can tell right there, number 17, Matt Robinson, tells you exactly where that football went. It did not go through the upright.
Now, since the line of scrimmage was outside of the 20-yard line, Cleveland takes over at that point.
Ball is down. Looks like a good hold, and he has done that. He made the last one, but barely inside that right crossbar.
And the extra point he missed wide right. All right, Cleveland, their first opportunity in overtime from their own 26-yard line. First down with 10 minutes and 19 seconds left in overtime. That's the maximum. Pass is complete to Mike Pruitt out of the backfield. From the 26 to the 32, it'll be 2nd down and 4. Greg Buttle makes the tackle. So the Cleveland Browns have dodged the bullet from 44 yards out. The bullet was wide to the right is what it was. And now they have their first opportunity in overtime.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm sure they'll look at it, too, with Matt Robinson trying that naked bootleg reverse that Lyle Alzado did not go for, that lost about 8 yards. That factor in that ball game so far as the field goal range is concerned.
2nd and 4.
Reverse, fake reverse.
Pruitt keeps. Craig has the first down outside the 41-yard line. Lawrence Pillars and Stan Blinka make the tackle.
I'll tell you, a reverse wouldn't be a bad play because number 93, Marty Lyons, that rookie for the New York Jets, he really chases.
During regulation play, as you watch this, Greg Pruitt, 60 carries, 56 yards. You can add this onto it in overtime. Dave Logan, the leading receiver for the Browns, 5 receptions, 94 yards, including that key one right at the end of the ballgame. And Seif has completed 16 of 29 for 243 yards. And the Browns have a first down on their own 41-yard line. Greg Pruitt, Mike Pruitt, block out in front. Maybe a yard, and that is it.
Yes, sir. Good gang tackling, good hustling, and good pursuing by the New York Jets.
We have now 8 minutes and 39 seconds time remaining in overtime. Only one overtime period to be played. If it takes the full 15 minutes, it will go in the books as a tie ball game. First scorer would win it within this period.
That was a big play for the Jets. Now they put the Cleveland Browns in a situation with 9 yards to go.
Their own 42-yard line.
Right.
Rucker is wide to the near side.
Oh.
Pruitt is nailed.
Oh, Blinko really nailed.
Blinko, the rookie from Sam Houston State, number 54, taken in the 5th round from Rockdale, Texas, a town of 4,000. And he said, I was not even the best football player there.
Well, I'll tell you, he guessed right on this one because he's coming straight ahead and gets a shoulder and arm into number 34, Greg Pruitt.
A loss of a yard. It is 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, now they got to throw the football. Now if they get any kind of pass rush on sight, put a lot of pressure on him.
Pass is there, caught by Newsom, and he is decked immediately by Bobby Jackson. He is stunned, and he holds on to the football. Ozzie Newsom.
He was
nailed.
It's amazing that he held on to the football, Charlie.
And if I read lips, he says, I'm all right.
Well, he probably got the wind knocked out of him, and he really did because he makes the catch right here. And look at the concentration on him. Coming up is Bobby Jackson, number 40, and times it just after he gets his hand on the ball, and he does maintain the football. Big play for the Cleveland Browns because it picks up a first down.
Now, Jackson is 5'9" and 175. Newsom is 6'2", 232.
If it had been the other way around, Charlie,
the ball would have gone. at the Jets' 44-yard line. First down.
Big third down play.
Slot left side. 7 minutes, 7 seconds. Time remaining in overtime. Rucker in motion. Greg Pruitt. Dan Blinka with the tackle. Joe Klecko was there. Burgess Owens was there. Just outside the 40. Second down and 6. At 6:39 left in overtime.
That's a 4-yard gain, Charlie. It didn't look like much, but 4 yards is pretty good on first down. Particularly, looks like the New York Jets are playing the run on first down.
Now, Cleveland is on the dirt part. Does that affect their running game?
Sure it's good, because they're going to go from dirt to grass. Plane coming overhead, and the wide receivers can't hear the call. It looked like a checkoff, too.
Knife goes deep to Logan. Tip, incomplete. Dave Logan with Bobby Jackson covering him. And you're right. The plane's either taking off or landing at LaGuardia. They're taking off, coming right over Shea Stadium. And on the checkoff, the wide receivers could not hear him.
You could see Dave Logan, number 85, turn to the quarterback and move in so that he could hear what he was saying, because the airplane's around Shea Stadium. It was a good defensive play by Bobby Jackson, number 40, the New York Jets.
Third down and 6. Ozzie Newsome is back in at tight end, number 82 for Cleveland.
These fans here at Shea Stadium are coming alive. They know this is a big play. Timeout.
Knight calls for a timeout.
I'll tell you why, because it looked like it was going to be a safety blitz.
We're in overtime. We're still tied, 22-22. We'll be back to Shea Stadium in just a moment.
In the back half of my head.
Colin Gardner has a headache.
Anytime I have a headache or anything of the sort, I want something to stop it.
Will you try extra-strength Tylenol? You know, Colin, without a prescription, you can't buy a more potent pain reliever.
I would have to try it first to agree with that.
Compare the levels of medicine in the leading regular and extra ingredient pain relievers. Extra strength Tylenol has more medicine for your headache.
How do you feel?
Super.
Yeah.
Now, for me to say super, oh, no. Most people never hear a word out of me, you know. My headache has disappeared. I was about to ask you if I could take some of these with me. It seems to really have done the job. To be perfectly honest with you, when I get home, I will go buy some of it. I would recommend it.
Extra strength Tylenol, tablets, capsules, and easy to swallow adult liquid. Aspirin-free, and you can't buy a more potent pain reliever without a prescription.
I feel great.
This is Charlie Jones and Lynn Dawson. We have 6:08 time remaining in an overtime period. There would be only one if there is no score. It would be a tie ball game. The ball is at the Jets' 40-yard line, and it is third down and 6. It is 22-22. Don Cockroft with 3 field goals. Had Leahy with 3, but Leahy has missed twice, from 32 yards away and 44 yards away, and they both missed an extra point. Sipe drops it off over the middle to Mike Pruitt. It will be close to
very
the first
close.
down.
Depending on where they set that ball down, Charlie. He was not the primary receiver. He was looking elsewhere, but he knew that he had to get rid of that football because the pressure was closing in on him.
They spotted at the 35-yard line, and the change will come out. Here's a reminder: The Wonderful World of Disney Part 2 of The Sky's the Limit will be seen immediately following the conclusion of this football telecast over most of these NBC stations. Those on the West Coast, you will still see it at its regular time.
Have we seen this situation before?
Time and time again today.
They're going to go for it again. Maybe Sam Bertigliano, the head coach of the Browns, feels the third time may be a charm.
Twice he has gone for it in fourth down situations, and twice the Jets have held. A field goal attempt from here would be 52 yards in length.
Oh, this is a good move on Sam's part. He's got to go for it. You got to go to win this football game. Oh, he jumped offside, yes. I don't know if he made it.
Calvin Hill was pushed back. There was movement on the right side of the Cleveland Brown line. Burgess Owens for the defense meant the play. We do not know if he got it. It is the right guard. I believe that is Robert E. Jackson, if we can pick up his number.
68,
yes, it is. The penalty being marked off, so apparently he did make it.
Forward progress was over the first down. This is, you know, it's bad for the Browns, but if they get the punt off, they're going to put the Jets back in the hole once again.
And Johnny Evans is in to kick. 5:33. That is the time remaining in the game. With Bruce Harper deep,
they're going to
Ken Stroy and Tim Moresco will be on the wing.
Jets are going to call a timeout. They want to get organized out there, make sure they know exactly what they're going to be doing.
While we have a timeout, here's a rundown of all the scores. Houston coming from behind to defeat Washington. Everything is a final. Philadelphia over the Giants. Miami edging Buffalo. Minnesota over San Francisco. Dallas barely defeated St. Louis. Chicago over Green Bay. Atlanta over New Orleans. Oakland defeating Los Angeles. San Diego down Seattle. Denver shut out Cincinnati.
Well, looky here.
Kansas City over Baltimore, your ball club.
They've only given up 3 points in the last 3 games.
We were talking about the planes taking off from LaGuardia. Well, there's the next one that went. That is the noise pattern at Shea Stadium. Bruce Harper will be deep with Ken Stroy and Tim Moresco on the wing. They are primarily there to block. And Johnny Evans will be kicking, I believe, for the second time in the ballgame.
This man was a quarterback in college, so I know he can throw the football. I don't know whether the Browns would ever want to chance it, but there's room back there. He could do it. There's nobody in the middle area to cover it.
He could have tricky footing, too, because he goes to the skip.
Blocked it!
Donald Dykes! Dykes blocks it! The man who blocked 2 in preseason play. He blocked 12 in college, and he blocks his first official NFL kick.
Cleveland says that they recovered a fumble.
It doesn't make any difference. There was never possession. It will be the Jets' ball. Once the kick is blocked, you have given it up unless the receiving team has possession and then fumble. There was never possession. It's the Jets' ball.
One thing, I didn't think that they'd go after the kicker and try to block it, but they did. Big break for the New York Jets. You're right, Charlie. Never had possession of it.
At the Cleveland 34-yard line, first down. 5:24 left in overtime.
Donald Dykes blocked 2 kicks during preseason play, starting out the regular season with a big block of a punt, an attempted punt of the Cleveland Browns.
Kevin Long. Mickey Sims with the tackle.
They need some yardage, though, Charlie. I'm talking about the New York Jets because they are not in field goal range right now.
Five minutes left in overtime. So we are 2/3 into the only period of overtime we would play if there is no score. 2nd and 10. Cleveland 34-yard line. Kevin Long straight inside the 30, maybe at the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Dick Ambrose, the middle linebacker, with the tackle. That is now field goal range would be 47 yards. The holder's 7 yards back and add another 10 for the end zone.
That's a long kick. They're bringing in number 42, Bruce Harper, and number 21, Clark Gaines in the backfield.
They like to throw to them in this situation. 3rd and 6. And here is Pat Leahy.
He's not nervous. He's saying, score a touchdown. Please.
He's 3 and 3. 3 field goals. He has missed 2 field goals. He's missed an extra point.
No,
wobbly pass. Flag is down. There's a marker down.
Yes, Lyle Zato is pointing to number 72, Chris Ward.
Holding against the Jets. That takes him out of field goal range. But they will have the down over.
If they accept the penalty.
Oh, you and I would have to accept this penalty, wouldn't you?
Number 77, Lyle Alzado. In the white, in the green, number 72, Chris Ward.
Oh, now we will have controversy over that call. We can look at that again. This is what the Jets were talking about against the Giants. And they say that in this situation that Chris Ward has his hands inside of the frame of his own body, that the defender is the man who turned. And his hands are inside the frame of his body, unless he has a hold of the jersey. That is the key out. Back to the 40-yard line. 3rd down, 16. Robinson throws, wobbly pass, incomplete. Barkett, the intended receiver. Walker was deep, and Robinson did not have a chance to go deep.
That's what that pass rush will do for your defensive unit, because he threw that football way before he really wanted to.
Chuck Ramsey is into punt. We now have 4 minutes and 4 seconds left in overtime. Keith Wright is set for the return.
Well, I think the Cleveland Browns may take a chapter out of the book of the Jets, and maybe they'll try to go after him.
They would have to do it with an 8-man rush. No, they drop back for the return.
Be no return on this one.
For the corner. Goes into the end zone. They'll bring it back to the 20-yard line. So now Cleveland will have 3 minutes and 55 seconds left in overtime. 22-22, tied after regulation play.
No one has left this Shea Stadium ballpark.
I have an impression, and that is that both ball clubs, particularly offensively, have played so well, they deserve the tie.
Well, I'll tell you that they're look back and they could say, if this hadn't happened or we hadn't done this, we created our own problems. They're all correctable mistakes that they made. But both teams have had opportunities to win this football game. It's not over yet.
Sipe goes to the air, drops it off. Out of the backfield is Mike Pruitt to the 26-yard line. It'll be 2nd down 4. Schaefer Suggs and Stan Blinken make the tackle. That is the time remaining in the overtime period. It was tied at halftime, 10-10. It was tied after 4 quarters, 22-22. And it is still 22-22 as Dave Logan comes wide to the near side. Brian Sipe, the quarterback.
Quick count.
In his 6th season. Greg Pruitt. Close to the 1st down.
Got a flag down.
Holding against Cleveland.
They're pointing a finger at number 73, Doug Deacon. He's debating that call. You take a look at those players out there right now, and they look tired, and I'm sure that they are, because it's been a long, grueling afternoon for both teams. And they've got to play again next week, because there's going to be a ball game for the next 16 weeks. But mentally is the way that it affects you, not so much physically, because in a day or two you're back physically and there's no major problem.
Don't forget The Wonderful World of Disney, Part 2 of The Sky's the Limit will be seen immediately following the conclusion of this football telecast over most of these NBC stations. On the West Coast and most Mountain Time Zone stations, The Wonderful World of Disney will be seen at its regular time.
Into the Cleveland backfield, number 30, Cleo Miller, came running into Brian Sipe to give him a play. So this play is coming from the bench.
2nd and 14 at the Cleveland 16-yard line. Greg Pruitt outside the 25, near the 27, possibly the 28-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3. And now Calvin Hill comes in. Cleo Miller comes out.
I think that's the first play that Cleo made. He made a fine block on number 51, Greg Buttle, springing Greg Pruitt for that gain on that last play.
2:27, time remaining. Overtime. 3rd and 3. Sight.
Oh, he's
knocked away. Good defensive play by Bobby Jackson. Booker, the intended receiver. Fourth and 3, and Johnny Evans will be kicking.
Got 2:18 remaining in this football game, regardless of what happens.
Bruce Harper is back by himself. The Jets now with 10 men on the line.
I'm sure they're looking to where
and
number...
Dykes moves inside.
They're looking for him.
Dykes is 3rd in from the defensive right end.
He didn't waste much time getting that kick off. A good kick.
Harper takes it over his shoulder. He's back at the 21. And kind of crawls to the 24, maybe the 25-yard line.
A great kick by Johnny Evans.
So the Jets take over. We have 2:07 left to go. And let's do a little of our house cleaning, because as soon as this game's over, we'll be going away. Not now, of course, but when the game's over. So this is a reminder. The executive producer of NBC's football is Don Omeyer, and the telecast of today's game has been produced by Mike Weissman, directed by Ken Fouts. Our technical director, Bruce Berquist, and Randy Wands, our associate director. And gentlemen, along with everybody else on the crew, including our cameramen who do a tremendous job, have done it once again. The Jets on their own 25-yard line, 1st down. Robinson over the middle. Wesley Walker.
Look out.
Walker to the 50. Walker to the Cleveland 41-yard
flag is down.
And a flag is down back at the 12-yard line.
And Alzado says it's on the New York Jets.
Holding against the Jets. That penalty will show up as 10 yards. But it's closer to 50 yards.
Yes, sir. That gain that they made, taking it back what they lost. Big, big play.
Number 68, holding.
Holding on the rookie right guard, Eric Cunningham of Penn State.
Right guard, Eric Cunningham. He's a rookie. A good pass blocker, too. You see, they're doubling up on Jerry Shirk. They got a hold of everything there. Got a hold of his jersey.
And there is the play that is erased to Wesley Walker. And now the 2-minute warning is given to both benches, and officials' timeout is taken, just as it is at the end of the first half and at the end of the regulation ball game. And so that is the timeout here. And of course the quarterback and the defensive linebackers will go and have a discussion with their coaching staff. This is downtown Flushing, New York, as the sun has set here. As we look
that's a tight game. 9-7, Miami over Buffalo. That surprised a lot of people, I'm sure.
There's another one.
Yeah, and I think Dallas had to come from behind to win that football game.
A lot of close ball games.
That's more
today.
points, I think, than Atlanta scored in the whole preseason.
Maybe half of last year, too.
Don't forget about the Oakland Raiders, folks.
Denver shutting out Cincinnati. Your ball club did it, right?
They're a much improved football team.
Are they really?
Yes, sir.
Now, next week, we've got a doubleheader on NBC. Check your local listings for the game to be seen in your area. We'll start it all at 12:30 Eastern Time, NFL 79. There's a rundown of the game. Now let's get back to this one. 1st down and 20 at the New York 15-yard line with 2 minutes to go in overtime. The draw, Clark Gage. Gaines will pick up 5 yards to the 20. And it'll be 2nd down and 15. Charlie Hall and Tom Darden wrapped him up.
Yeah, they were standing him up, and what they want to do is strip him of the football, but he had a pretty good hold on that ball.
Second and 15. 1:36 clock moving. Time remaining. 4 on the pattern. Now 5. Pass is complete to Scott Durkee. About 5 yards, maybe 6 yards shy of the first down. Where it'll be third down.
They got their hurry-up offense in, but it's third down and long right now.
You're right. It'll be third and about 7.
A little over a minute to go in the football game. They've got to come up with the first down here, and they've got it.
First down, New York. With Jerome Barker. Ron Bolton makes the tackle. Clock moves on the 1-minute mark. Time remaining.
They've got 1 timeout left. They've got to get moving right now. Barkham is hurt.
Each team receives 2 timeouts in overtime. Pass is high and incomplete, stopping the clock. 42 seconds left.
28, Ron Bolton. He had his hands out saying, no, I didn't touch him. I didn't touch him.
Mickey Schuler has replaced Jerome Barkham at tight end. The ball is at the New York 38-yard line. It is second down and 10.
42 seconds remaining. They have plenty of time to do it, and they still have 1 timeout remaining in this football game. Needless to say, the Cleveland Browns will be playing pass. And Wesley Walker will get their attention.
Second and 10. Robinson goes deep. It is wobbly. It is short. It could be intercepted. It was too short to be intercepted. Oliver Davis had the coverage. Tom Darden was there, and it was such a bad pass they couldn't get back for the interception.
It looked like maybe somebody had a fair catch this ball. This is what you call a wounded duck coming out. And look, if he got it out in front of Wesley Walker, he'd had a chance. It had been a long throw. But once again, with that thumb bothering him, it's affected his throwing today.
In case you joined us late, Matt Robinson jammed his thumb a couple of days ago. It is taped, and he has had a problem throwing the football. Not in leadership, only in throwing the football. Third down and 10. From the New York 38-yard line. 34 seconds.
Flag is down.
Going deep. This one is intercepted. It is picked off by
He's got a lane down here.
Back to the 50. To the 40. Davis inside the 35-yard line. But don't forget the marker. We'll have to see what the call is on. Who the call is on.
It's going to be on the New York Jets.
Clock is stopped. 24 seconds.
Zone defense. Ball is underthrown once again because one thing you don't want to do is throw it short. Either it be long enough or too long, but never too short on a play like that.
So Cleveland will have the football at the New York Jet 31-yard line, first down.
You see the pass here way behind the offensive receiver. Number 21 is Oliver Davis coming up with the interception.
24 seconds left in overtime.
And 1 timeout left. Don Cockcroft is on the bench. He's an excellent kicker. They've got time to do it.
Side throws.
Wide open. He's got him.
Dave Logan at the 10-yard line. It'll be first down. 18 seconds remaining in overtime. And they'll do it right now. They don't want to wait. Cockcroft is in.
One good reason why they're doing it now, if there's a bad snap from center, this is first down situation. They could fall on that ball, call timeout, and still have another opportunity to kick it. They don't care, you know, it's just...
That's the thinking of a veteran quarterback.
Right.
Way to go, Lynn Dawson. All right, from the 17-yard line, 27 yards, and the victory. Logan holding. Cockcroft, kick is there. It is gone from 27 yards away. 14 minutes and 45 seconds into overtime. 27 yards away, Don Cockcroft, his 4th field goal of the ball game. And that makes the final score. Cleveland 25.
Kind of cute yourself.
Thank you. I never argue with a lady.
Smart boy.
Thank you again.
Fields' little chickadee. She was a liberated lady who could take care of herself, whether the attack was on her person or her vanity.
Great new fresh scent. Great new fresh scent.
Here's some cleaning news that'll be music to your nose. Lysol deodorizing cleaner's got a great new fresh scent. But it's hard working as ever. Lysol cuts through grease and cuts out greasy smells.
Cleans up dirt, clears out dirty odors.
Disinfects, too. Try Lysol deodorizing cleaner.
It's music to your nose.
Great new fresh scent.
Yes, honey, I'll have a good dinner. Gotta go.
Tough case, huh?
Tough ain't the word.
Perez is back from Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm starving.
Why Kentucky Fried Chicken?
It's a hard case. My men deserve a fresh hot meal.
Great chicken.
Great price.
Anything else?
His wife will kill him if he doesn't eat right.
It's so nice, nice to feel. So good about a meal. So good about Kentucky Fried Chicken.
The Bandit is back.
It's the Bandit.
With 2,000 miles to go, 2 tons of pregnant pachyderm in his truck, and 2,000 cops on his tail. Universal Pictures presents Burt Reynolds, Jackie Gleason, Jerry Reed, Dom DeLuise, and Sally Field in the all-new Smokey and the Bandit Part 2, rated PG. Now playing at a theater near you.
The smile on your face is there because you know that your mouth tastes great. And it's nice when their teeth are getting strong and the clean in your mouth is Colgate.
Colgate is more than a brisk, clean taste. With regular brushing, Colgate's fluoride penetrates the surface of tooth enamel. Not this fast, but it gets in and fights cavities.
There's a twinkle in your eye when there's fluoride for their teeth and the clean in your mouth is Colgate.
Charles Boggle, Mahatma Cain Jeeves, Otis Cribblecobbulus. Those were his pen names. Cuthbert J. Twilley, Larceny Whipsnade, Ambrose Wolfinger, Egbert Soucy. Those were some of the names he gave his immortal character. Obviously, he was a man with a passion for the strange sounds available to the human tongue. Obviously, he was a man who would go to amazing lengths to obscure his true identity. In a sense, he failed miserably. More and more, he's recognized for what he was, the greatest comedian ever born in this country. But in another way, W.C. Fields succeeded. Because he never once asked for pity or even sympathy, we often forget how human he was. Braggart and con man, drunkard and cheat, those defenses we saw. But his vulnerability, that's missing from our image of him. And the deftness, the delicacy of his art, that's sometimes skipped over too. Let's begin with that. Fields achieved stardom first as a juggler. Comedy came later. He was self-taught, therefore entirely singular in both arts. Jugglers must be radically self-reliant. There's no one to blame but themselves if something goes wrong. It's a lonely business. It's this isolation and the suspiciousness growing out of it that lies at the heart of Fields' comedy.